collaborations don't always equal the word free. That was something that I think as a PR person, as well as someone that works with brands on a collaborative basis in an individual capacity, it doesn't always mean I'm going to do something for free. It means that I'm going to do something that we both benefit from.
Welcome to this week's edition of Indigo Living on the Couch series. Each week we try and create exciting, interesting content to inspire you and of course inspire me. Now this week I'm super excited because I get to have my friend on set. Now I know how hard she works because I follow her Instagram. But from being a boss lady to a gorgeous mom, please welcome Zahirah Marty.
Hi Rosamund, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being on our show. Now you are PR guru, content creator, mom, jet setter, because you just came back from South Africa. Now, I know that you were working, but I think if people saw your Instagram, they might think you were on holiday. Now, obviously we weren't there at the panel, but you spoke so well, and there were such great key points that were feedback from that event. What can you share with us?
Exposure South Africa, which was our first series, is something we hope to grow globally. So when I say we, my husband and I, there were so many learnings, not just from our panelists, but from guests that attended. And each city, we were across 3 cities, performed so differently. It's like there were 3 different people. I think the key learnings for me, from a brand, I'd say consultant, brand representative perspective, was just that you need to stay authentic to brand, that you need to keep working at whatever it is you want. I mean, we had influencers, for lack of a better word, with close on 1 million followers saying that they still sit and workshop ideas and they still go to brands and they still chase the campaigns and the associations thereafter. And I think there's always that perception that you just sit back at a certain point and brands come to you. And for me, that was just testament to the fact that everything moves so fast and evolves so quickly that you can't stop. You've got to keep evolving, you've got to keep improving, and you've got to keep chasing.
What would the advice be for someone who really wants to be a global citizen and speak to a global audience?
I think regionalizing and globalizing are 2 very interesting terms. The fundamental of any content, regardless of who you're talking to, is to know who you're talking to. I think you can take any content and you can make it specific to any region, as long as your audience responds to that. It's just being able to know who you're talking to, know who you're wanting to talk to, and bridge that gap appropriately.
You advise a lot of clients, I mean that's your specialty, really helping people build their brand, create interesting content. How important is being collaborative with the brands?
I think it could not be more important. And again, I want to stress very, very specifically, collaborations don't always equal the word free. That was something that I think as a PR person, as well as someone that works with brands on a collaborative basis in an individual capacity, it doesn't always mean I'm going to do something for free. It means that I'm going to do something that we both benefit from. And that should be the fundamental to any association or relationship. What do you take from it and what do I take from it? So when working with brands, I think for me the critical thing is sit down and understand objectives. A lot of the time people get briefs or they get instructions or campaign offers and they jump at it because yeah, it'll make a pretty picture. But content isn't about pictures, it's about content, and it's about adding value. And the only way you can add value is to understand what will the other party, whether that's brand or audience, see value in, and how can I create that value through the content I create.
Now, if I open your page, it is picture perfect. You have to share some tips about how to have the perfect Instagram photos.
I don't know if perfect's the word I use, but I have to say I can't take credit. My husband has taken on photography in addition to his job as a vet. So I have to give Andrew credit for most of the photos on my feed. But saying that, I collaborate with a lot of local photographers wherever I go. So from a technical perspective, that's how it's done. But also for me, you know, I'm not a themed, preset kind of girl. I kind of live in the minute, and a lot of my feed is very much my life. I was always teased in school as the Colgate girl. I like smiling. Don't ask me to do serious, sexy face. It doesn't happen that easily. But a lot of my feed is just choosing the happy moments that we share either with friends or family and sharing that.
And finally, being an entrepreneur, I know that there's no such thing as a 9-to-5 schedule. How are you juggling travel and work and those calls come at different times and managing clients? What is your secret to, is it a good secretary? Is it a great app? What is the secret to juggling it all?
think there's a number of things. Having a supportive partner and household and team and family always helps. If Andrew and I need to travel, literally within a text message, my parents kind of go, well, what flight do you need us on? And having that family system, particularly as an expat, is hugely beneficial. I've scaled back on the agency side and moving in a different direction, which has taken a long time for me to be able to say out loud, simply because you're so comfortable with what you know. I think with everyone, there's always a good day and a bad day, and I definitely have my fair share of both. But in general, I just think communicate with your partner, with your friends, with your help, with your family. Communication can never let you down.
So one of the questions I ask all our guests on the show is, what is living beautifully to you?
For me, I'd say it's contentment. And that's very different to happiness. I think being content is something that makes everything beautiful, whether it's living, existing, going about your happy day. You might not be the richest, you might not have no problems that day, but if you're content where you are, you pretty much can't ask for anything else.
Oh, that's so nice. But thank you so much for being on our show. Thank you for inspiring all of us. It is so nice to always see you.
Thank you for having me. I always am really fascinated by all your beautiful outfits and fascinating travel. So it was lovely to have a catch up and a chat, and yeah, here's to a good summer.
Yeah, exactly. A toast to a new summer. And thank you for watching Indigo Living's On the Couch series. We would love to hear from you, so make sure you like, comment below, and of course I'll put Zahirah's Instagram below because you have to follow her. See you next week.